Hello everyone and welcome to Veterans Memorial Stadium, where tonight the North Quincy Raiders will play host to the Hawks of Hanover High School here at the stadium. My name is Jonathan Clary and thanks for tuning into this edition of QA TV Sports. Being joined up here in the booth by Jim Timmons. And Jim, as the captains head out onto the field, North Quincy comes into this game with a record of 3-3 and looking to get a victory over a tough team from Hanover here tonight.
Yeah, they've had an up and down season. North is definitely heading in the right direction as far as the program goes. Coach Ryan Craig has done a terrific job along with his staff. He's got a number of coaches helping out, but Ryan's been, he's now in his fourth season. He's really rebuilt the program. The numbers are up. And you see out there the four captains for North Quincy, and they're all members of this year's senior class, but there's a real talented group coming up behind them as well. So it'll be interesting to see how they do tonight. As you said, Hanover, great community. They produce terrific sports teams, so it's going to be an interesting game. And just to the right, I don't know if we can get a camera shot of it, but got the North Quincy marching band out there. They're going to line up for the national anthem now. It's quite a collection out there between the 45 and 35 yard line. There you see the combined marching band, and the numbers are way up here as well. And so it's quite a tribute. We're going to pause for the national anthem.
All right, great job there by the North Quincy Combined Marching Band. As you said, Jim, it's quite impressive, the numbers that they have out in this field. And I was actually speaking with a couple people early tonight that, it's unbelievable over the past 10 or so years how the band has really grown in numbers and become a really great band. And just last weekend, the MICA finals for high school bands had a competition here at the stadium, and North Quincy finished second in their division. So great job by them.
Oh, just terrific. And the support in the school system for the band, you see it in the uniforms that the members of the band are wearing. They have great equipment, and the upper left of our screen you see two U-Haul trucks. That's the high school band equipment trucks, and that's really something. It's great to see, and it's one of the nice things about what's offered in the Quincy Public School System. In addition to the football program and the athletes being out in the field tonight, you have your band members. There's quite a cheerleading squad as well. The numbers in all areas in regard to activities at the school are way up. There's a lot of good school spirit. They mentioned tonight the new principal, Keith Ford. He's on the sidelines, and he's walked into a nice situation. He's doing a great job as well. So we'll look forward to see what the Red Raiders can do tonight against, as you said, John, a tough Hanover squad. You know, when you're playing Hanover in any sport, it's going to be a battle. So we'll look forward to what's going on tonight.
For the Raiders, number 5, Nate Caldwell.
All right, Nate Caldwell and Sidney Green back deep to receive for the Raiders. Robert Barrett will kick it away for the Hawks. All right, Barrett comes up and will kick it on the ground for a ground ball, fielded at the 25-yard line by North Quincy. Fielded there by Jackson Murphy, number 4, senior for Raiders, and Murphy will get up to about the 35.
Yeah, Jackson did a nice job, a nice sure-handed handling of the ball. He's coming off the field a little dinged up after the run back. Looks like he might have got a little banged up. It's interesting coming into the field. Saw his dad, David, who said, I said, "You look good tonight." And he said, "Well, I'm doing great, but that could change at any moment now," as he watched his son get banged on the opening kickoff.
All right, quarterback Cooper Hansen for the Raiders hands the ball off up the middle, and that is number 44, one of the captains, Matt Craig. He'll get up to about the 37-yard line.
Yeah, Craig has had a terrific career at North, and he's having a real solid senior season. He's a linebacker on defense, quarterback on the D, and a heavily relied upon member of the backfield. So he will get, his dad will get his nickel's worth out of him tonight on the field.
They actually mark it at the 36, so a gain of 2 on that play for the Raiders. Brings up now a 2nd down and 8, just underway here at the stadium. Nate Caldwell goes in motion for North Quincy. Craig will get the carry, bounces off one tackle over to the right side, crosses the 40, has the first down and more across midfield, and will get knocked out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
Oh, terrific job by Craig. As you said, the play was designed to go in behind the right tackle, but he bounced right out. And terrific gain. Red Raiders are on the Hanover side of the field at the 45-yard line and off to a fast start here.
North Quincy last week had a tough game at Plymouth South, losing that game 17-6. One of the premier teams here in Massachusetts. Plymouth South right now is ranked number 3 in Division III with the power rankings. This is the last week of the regular season. All right, another handoff there for North Quincy, and pushing the pile forward there is Craig. And let's see, spot him up to about the 42.
Yeah, that's the same play that they ran earlier. Craig bounced the prior one outside. That time he stayed inside. It's going to be 2nd and 7 after a 3-yard gain. So Red Raiders trying to grind it out here a little bit, keep that Hanover offense off the field, try to establish a little bit of control here early on.
All right, get another I formation for North Quincy. Pitch over to the left to Craig. Trying to get outside, has a nice block in front of him, gets up the first down, and gets across the 30-yard line and up to about the 29.
Terrific job on that play of Craig, letting his blocks set up. You saw him getting outside and going, I won't call it tentatively, but in a measured fashion. He let the block set up in front of him, found his seam, and he took off up the sideline. So the drive continues. They're inside the 30 at the 29-yard line. Nice job by the Red Raiders coming out of the box here, John.
I mentioned the power rankings for Massachusetts. North Quincy is number 20 right now in Division II. Hanover number 7 in Division III. We'll talk about more of that in just 1 second as well. So first down for North Quincy. Again, man in motion. They're going to give it to the fullback this time. And nice job there. Ball comes loose. And it looks like North Quincy's able to jump on it. And let's see, getting at the bottom of the piles, number 79, Harry Guadiano, saves the day there for North Quincy.
Yeah, that time senior Mike Gorman. He may have been down had they been forced to look at that one. Ball got punched out at the very end of the play. But Fortuitously, the Red Raiders recovered the fumble. So they've picked up a first down inside the 20. They're in the red zone here, and a very impressive opening drive by the Red Raiders. We're coming up on the 9-minute mark on the first quarter. Red Raiders holding the ball the entire time, doing a nice job.
All right, that was a first down for North Quincy. And you said Gorman on the carry. Craig over to the right side this time. Crosses the 20-yard line, fights his way forward up to the 15, and they're going to spot him down at the 13-yard line. Another nice run there by Captain Matt Craig.
Yeah, Mike Gorman paid a price for it, but he got a nice initial block out there for Craig. And Dylan Clifford, pulling guard, got outside and made a nice block as well. So Craig's doing a really good job, John, of letting those blockers get out there in front and set up. For our viewers at home, if you watch 44 when he gets the ball, he's letting those blocks set up before he really accelerates. Then you'll see a burst of acceleration.
Second down, about 4 for North Quincy. Man in motion. He's going to go into the end zone. Touchdown, North Quincy. Nate Caldwell. Great play there. A little misdirection by North, and Caldwell punches it in for 6.
Oh, what a beautifully designed play and perfect execution by the Red Raiders. They ran a little wing back, faked the pitch to Ryan Craig going out to the left, and Caldwell was cutting back and did a terrific job getting to the end zone, as you said, John. So Red Raiders draw first blood. They get right down the field on a very impressive drive and punch it in for 6. And now we've got Tom Murray out there, senior place kicker, for the point after.
All right, good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it is through the uprights and good. So with 7:56 left to go here in the first quarter, North Quincy marches down the field and puts 7 points on the board to take the lead.
Yeah, terrific drive, John. Can you give us the stats on that? How many plays? And
yes, give me 1 second there, and
John doubles as play-by-play and statistician.
So let's see, 7 plays, 66 yards, 4 minutes.
Yeah, terrific drive. So now we'll see how the special teams unit does on this kick. But the Red Raiders all pumped up with an impressive start. The offense went out and they did their thing. And we're going to have Murray kicking off.
I mentioned the power rankings for the MIAA and where North Quincy stands. The top 16 teams in the state will make the playoffs, and it's a statewide playoff format this year. So North Quincy at number 20, they definitely need a win here tonight, and they'll need some help with some teams in front of them to lose if they're looking to sneak into the playoffs.
Yeah, well, North has not shied away. They played some tough games at Westwood.
All right, Murray kicks it deep, going to be fielded up at the 15-yard line. Fielded by number 3, Dylan Rice, over to the right side. And Rice will get up to the 34-yard line. Looked like he was brought down there by Ben Snyder.
Yeah, nice job by Rice getting outside. Red Raiders covered him. I mistakenly identified Westwood. The game on the road at Abington. Abington's a great football program. North Quincy went down, played them in a close game, fiercely fought, lost. They lost to a tough Scituate team, and then again on the road at Plymouth South. So they haven't shied away from the tough competition here. They've had some rough games on the road. They're happy to be back here at Veterans and looking to get back in the win column here.
All right, number 1, Michael Landolfi, the quarterback, junior for the Hawks in the shotgun. Looking to pass, and it's complete over to the right side. Nice tackle there by North Quincy. Gorman comes up and makes the tackle. And let's see, the completion went over to number 3. That was Dylan Rice.
Yeah, nice coverage. Mike Gorman right there made the tackle, and although the play was executed well by Hanover, and as a result of Gorman's efforts, it's just a 2-yard gain, so it's going to be 2nd and 8. This defense has been a strength of the Red Raiders this season, John. They've for the most part, kept the team in the game. Scituate had a productive night against the Red Raiders, but let's see how it goes tonight here. So back to the air.
Landolfi pass is complete to number 4, Joseph Curran. And Curran will get tackled at the 41-yard line.
As you said, Landolfi's a junior. His father, Chris Landolfi, is the head coach at Hanover. So this is a battle of father-son tandems tonight, too. A little sidelight to the game itself. So this is a big third down for the Red Raider defense. Let's see what they can do. There's 3 wideouts to the right, John.
Landolfi running over to his right side, passes downfield, and it is incomplete. Was looking for Curran at about the 45, but again, it was out of bounds.
Yeah, it's going to bring up a 4th and 3. As you said, they're at the roughly the 40-yard line, so I would imagine Hanover's going to be punting here. I don't know if they're going to go for it, but looks like they may be sending Landolfi out to go for it here. That time they had 3 wideouts to the right. Landolfi rolled right, but the Red Raider coverage was there. So North Quincy defense has a chance to step it up here. It's interesting. They're over here on the near hash mark. We'll see if they're looking to try to draw an offside, John.
All right, so as I said, Jim, it is 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Landolfi looking for a seam, passes downfield, and it is incomplete. Was looking for David Quinlan, but Quinlan could not bring it in. Nice coverage down there by Thomas Murray.
Yeah, Murray did a terrific job. He played the ball. He was staying with the receiver the entire way and defended the ball at the end. He did a nice job. He never really turned his head and just played the receiver and the ball, broke up the pass. Terrific job by Murray. Red Raiders hold, and the offense is right back out on the field after a long and successful drive. Let's see how they can do here, John.
All right, ball at the Hawks 41-yard line. 6:13 left to go here in the first quarter. Hanson under center for North Quincy, looking to pass for the first time tonight, and he's going to get pressured and get sacked.
Whoa.
David Quinlan was there for the first hit, and also coming over there was Matthew Pierotti, for the tackle.
Yeah, and lost a boatload on that one. That's going to be a loss of 9 yards, and that's unfortunate. Actually, I think it's closer to 10 yards. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 20 for the Red Raiders. Coach Craig and the offense trying to get away with one there. They mixed it up. You can tell Coach Craig's not happy with that call that came down. He's talking to the folks up above us here, trying to find out what that was about after all the successful running.
All right, so about a 10-yard loss now, so 2nd and 20. And they're going to go back to Matt Craig. He gets the pitch over to the left side, trying to find some space, and just does sneak through for maybe a gain of 4. We'll see where they spot his knee down, and it's going to get up to the 47.
Yeah, you saw what I was talking about earlier there on that play. Craig was very measured heading off to his left, waiting for those blocks to set up. They're going to need him to rip one off here. Look for the offense to come this way. They're over on the left hash mark, and let's see if they don't have something designed to come our way from running the offense from left to right, because got a lot of room on this side of the field. They've got 3 receivers out to the right on a 3rd and 16. Oh.
Hanson getting pressured again and sacked again. Coming in from the end position was Quinlan, and he brings him down at the North Quincy 42.
Taken down by number 2, David Quinlan.
Geez, John, I'll tell you what, that's it's going to bring up a 4th down and 37. I mean, that's just not. That time there was no awareness of the rush coming from the backside, and Red Raiders lost opportunity here in their second possession, but Hopefully they successfully punt away here. We'll see how the special teams do. They perform well in the kickoff, John, but Hanover's got a lot of dangerous athletes.
Hanover has 10 guys up at the line of scrimmage to try to block it, and Murray gets it away. Nice kick by Murray, and takes a North Quincy bounce, bounces up to about the 13-yard line, and that's where it stops.
Oh, terrific job. Great job by Murray, as you said. He's been a very effective kicker all year, his entire career, I should say. But the Hanover deep back, Joe Curran, was smart. He backed away from the kick, and Red Raiders got a friendly bounce. So Hanover's going to start 1st and 10. Ball just inside the 15 at about the 14-yard line. So let's see if the North D can't step up big again here on this second possession for Hanover.
Landolfi in the shotgun again. Man comes in motion, and they're going to give it to that man. He's going over to the left side, trying to find a hole, and still on his feet. That's Joseph Curran, and over to the right side. A big play there by Hanover, and Curran will finally get brought down at the 34. Looked like he was going to get brought down 2 or 3 times, Jim, but he snuck through for a big gain.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Brian Rodriguez and Grant Murphy were over there, and they had him all wrapped up. But Curran spun out of it, and a terrific individual effort resulted in a big gain there. 15-yard pickup. Hanover's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Under 3 minutes to go now here in the first quarter. Handoff over to the right side. It's number 10 on the carry, Nicholas Friel. And looks like maybe a gain of 1 on the play.
1 second and 9 for the Hawks.
Yeah, that time there were a host of Red Raiders over there. Big number 66 for North Quincy, Brandon Baker, one of the defensive tackles, was in on the stop, trying to get his equipment readjusted. Also out there was number 88, Colm Geary. Colm should be a junior in college. We've been speaking his name so much here over the several years that he's been playing.
Pass over to the left side to Dylan Rice, and he's going to get up to the first down marker and gets 1 yard past it, actually, to the 45 to move the chains for the Hawks.
Yeah, Rice was some terrific acceleration once he received the ball. He just took off, and another nice gain. We're seeing the athleticism of the Hawks, and they're getting right down the field here on this particular drive. A couple of big plays paving the way, John.
All right, 1st and 10 from their own 45 for the Hawks. Dolphy rolling out to his right, and he's going to keep it this time. Matt Craig tackles him from behind right at the 50-yard line.
Landolfi on the carry, taken down by number 44, Matt Craig.
Yeah, nice 5-yard gain. That time Landolfi held on to the ball. His prior rollouts to the right have all been passes, but he held on to the ball. Thought there was a block in the back there by Hanover. The Red Raiders had good pursuit, but were not able to catch up to Landolfi. So that's going to make the linebackers a little more cautious here and open things up for Landolfi, who seems to be a pass first, run second type guy, but got 2 wideouts to the right and 1 here to the left.
Landolfi looking to pass, gets pressured and sneaks out of 1 sack, and cannot get away from the second. Coming up to finish the play was number 42, Brian Rodriguez for the Raiders.
Yeah, we mentioned Rodriguez earlier. He's in on the action here, and he made a terrific tackle. Another senior. He plays fullback as well, but that time he stuck with it and made the hit and held on to Landolfi. Big play by Rodriguez, and results in a big loss for Hanover. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 14 for the Hawks.
Harry Guadiano was the first man in for North Quincy. He was able to slow Landolfi down for Rodriguez to come in. Landolfi down the middle of the field, wide open at North Quincy territory is number 4, Joseph Curran, and he's running backwards. We'll see if he can get the first down back, and Looks like he just
Pass
did.
complete to number 4, Joe Curran. He replaced the ball, but that.
Yeah, Curran kind of got walloped too on the tackle, so
Quincy Raiders
he
6.
looks like he's a little shaken up. We'll hope he's okay, but he's going to the sidelines there after that run.
All right, well, that is the end of the first quarter, Jim, here at the stadium, and North Quincy has a 7-0 lead over the Hawks of Hanover.
Well played and quick first quarter, John. Well played from the perspective of the Raiders, certainly, on both sides of the ball. Hanover's showing some flashes of that talent that you alluded to earlier, and so far the Red Raiders have been able to contain this Hawk offense. Got the band right down in front of us, John.
They take up a whole section here at the stadium on the home side.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the stadium is it's a terrific facility in great shape here. The home side of the field is got the red plastic seats now. It's comfortable. The video board, they're showing replays over there, John. I don't know if you're aware of that. Who's on that camera? Where is that coming from?
So that's Kevin Friend from BCN Productions who's running the scoreboard, and we provide him a feed so he can take replays. All right, the result of that last play was a first down. They mark it at the North Quincy 45, so the Hawks will have a 1st and 10 to begin the second quarter as they come out onto the field.
This time they'll be going from our left to our right, and it's the direction North successfully went in. There's a little bit of a breeze, and the breeze is going right to left, so they're going to be, this time Landolfi will have a bit of a headwind.
They had to get the 11th man on the field as they come out to begin the quarter. Two fakes, Landolfi looking to pass. Just does get it away, and he throws it out of bounds. And they're going to say there was a man in the area, so it's unintentional grounding.
Heavy pressure from the North Quincy defense.
Yeah, he's got a
2nd and 10 for the Hawks.
nice strong arm. That time he threw it off his back foot just to get rid of it. Very talented, and then you're never certain whether it's a plus or a minus when your dad is at the helm for an athlete, whether he's got a bit of a green light out there or he gets barked at. And this young man plays with kind of a quiet confidence. It appears that he's very comfortable back there, notwithstanding the fact he's only a junior.
Landolfi again looking to pass, has some time, passes out into the flat to Dylan Rice, and Rice will get brought down there by number 9, Sidney Green for North, and they're going to say he's down at the 42.
Yeah, that time Rice started to turn the Jets on, but didn't quite get there to full throttle. Nice job by the Red Raiders on their pursuit, and again they've got Hanover in a 3rd and long. It's 3rd and about 7, and this North defense, they're doing a good job. Let's see if they can't come up with a stop here. Be interesting. This may be 4-down territory based on what happened earlier in the first quarter, so still got to come up with 2 stops more than likely.
Landolfi pass is complete right at the first down marker, and receiver will get all the way up to North Quincy 29. That's David Quinlan.
Just past the 30-yard line.
Nice job by Quinlan of just getting out into a seam and sitting and waiting for the ball. Landolfi delivered a strike. Couple of Red Raiders look a little tired already here, John. They're moving a little slow, getting up slowly, and it's a cool evening. Normally that's a refreshing factor as football season wears on, but some of the North athletes look a little tired here. See if Hanover can take advantage of that.
Murray and Guardiano in on the tackle for North on that last play. 1st and 10 from the 29. Quick handoff there to Friel. Friel over to the left side. Picks up another first down for the Hawks. And they're going to spot him down at the, let's see where they mark him now, at the 13-yard line, it looks like. No, excuse me, the 17-yard line.
Yeah, that was a little variation on the play the Red Raiders scored on.
down.
where you run a little misdirection. Everything's going right to left. And then the quarterback with a little belly dive into Friel there, who came from a wing position and almost, I beg your pardon, that was Curran. Almost found a seam, but got taken down. First down for for Hanover. They're in the red zone.
Yeah, they mark him down at the 18-yard line. Pass over to the right side, complete to David Quinlan. And Quinlan inside the 10 up to the 6-yard line where he's pushed out of bounds.
Clock continues to run. They're saying the forward progress was stopped. It looks like his, oh, okay. Just resetting the ball, so.
The 11.
All right, ball at the 6-yard line, so first and goal now for the Hawks.
Yeah, they had dropped the first down pins, and the announcer said the ball was on the 11. I was a bit confused there, but it's going to be a first and goal for Hanover here. See what the Red Raiders can do.
Clock just ticked under 9 minutes in the second quarter.
They've got that wing back again.
Landolfi, quick pitch up to Joseph Curran, and let's see, Curran will get up to maybe the 2-yard line.
Yeah, Curran set up behind his tackle, and then as the flow goes one way, he goes the other. And they had a nice hole over on the left side. He set up on the right, they had a nice hole on the left side for him, and a quick pitch by Landolfi. But the Red Raiders came up with a stop, so it's going to be a second and goal from about the 2, as you said, John.
Matt Craig in on the tackle there for North Quincy, as well as number 5, Nate Caldwell. All right, second and goal from the 2 now. Landolfi pass over to the left, and it's a touchdown in the corner of the end zone. That's to number 4, Joseph Curran.
Yeah, nice job. Curran got outside, and Landolfi delivered a strike. So Hanover with a nice response. The Red Raiders' first possession. They march back down the field, and they punch it in. Let's see how they do on their point after. They've got Robert Barrett, another senior out there.
Number 14, Connor Hutchinson, a hole.
All right, whistle blows before the kick, and they're going to say it's a false start against the Hawks, so that'll move it back 5 yards.
False start, that's interesting. I don't know that you see too many false starts on a point after.
Yeah, it looked like the right side, there were 2 or 3 guys on the right side all jumped.
We're short on staffing tonight here at the game. The Hanover football, they've got to go retrieve that. Some young men from Hanover just came over from their side, but a couple of other issues tonight with staffing. It's interesting.
All right, kick is up, and it is no good.
Wow.
So that goes wide to the left, so the penalty comes back and hurts Hanover.
Quincy Raiders 7.
So 7-6 is our score with 7:54 left to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, potentially big development there as the Red Raiders are going to retain the lead following the penalty and the missed point after. So it's a little break for North Quincy, and let's see as they get the offense back out on the field whether the offense can't get a little something going like they did in that first possession. There's 7:54 left in what has been a reasonably fast-moving first half, John. Got the wind picking up a little. I don't know if we can get a shot of the flag, but
And we have Ryan McWade on camera here tonight. Ryan does a great job for us, and as you can see, as he's tuning in over to the left side of your screen, as he zooms in a little bit, probably doing what he should be doing, but we'll see if Ryan maybe might be able to go over to the left side to get the flag before the kickoff here.
Robbie Barrett, number 7.
yeah, Ryan is a very talented cameraman. We're very fortunate for his involvement. talk about him a little more in a few.
All right, Robert Barrett kicks it away for Hanover, and this is going to go out of bounds.
Kick sails out of bounds. That is a penalty.
Well, another kicking mistake here, and North Quincy is going to get the ball with great field position here to start this drive. So let's see what Coach Craig wants to do. He's coming out to talk to the official.
So they can move it back 5 yards and re-kick, or I believe it's take it at the 40.
Guys, gotta go to keep this here.
So it looks like they're going to set it, and setting it at the 35, John?
35, yeah, I guess
The ball
so.
will be placed at the 35-yard line. First and 10, Raiders.
All right, so at the 35 is where North will start. Again, with 7:54 left to go here in the second quarter. North again led by senior quarterback Cooper Hansen, number 10. Hansen gives it to senior running back Matt Craig, number 44, over to the right side. And Craig will get up to, see if he gets to the 40-yard line or not. They're going to say he's down to 39.
Up of 5, second and 5.
Yeah, John, we were alluding earlier, or mentioning earlier, Ryan McQuaid, our cameraman. He's up there alone and does a terrific job zooming, panning, you know, fade to black, all those technical camera lingo things. But he's very talented. There's another first down. I got to tell you, this running game, featuring Craig, obviously, but you see guys like big number 77, Reen Bago, getting up slowly, but he is blasting some holes. And this running game, which is allowing North Quincy to keep the speedy and talented Hanover offense off the field, showing some great success again. So Craig with a big gain, first and 10, Red Raiders from the 49, and we've got whistles everywhere. Hanover's going to get a timeout, is that? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it looks like,
Hanover calling a timeout here because they realize, John, this is an important sequence here. There's a little under 6 minutes left, or is it 7?
6:55.
Yeah, they always put this. We've got the lacrosse poles in there, the lacrosse nets, and the poles right in front of the clock. You've never been able to see the minutes on the Veterans Stadium clock. There's always something back
So, yeah,
there.
right where we're sitting, it's tough to see.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, I was mentioning Ryan McQuaid. He's up there alone. And actually, if Ryan could get a shot of the, well, no, the flag has kind of calmed down a little bit, but he does a terrific job. We get great coverage out of one camera. Certainly for Thanksgiving, we'll have a full team, I'm sure. We do have our truck back. I understand there was some issues this week with it, but we'll cure those issues and get some talent on the cameras, and look forward to bringing you a multi-camera shoot on Thanksgiving Day.
Our membership is chomping at the bit, Jim, to get out there on the new truck. We've been certainly talking about it, and everyone is excited to have seen it and then be actually to use it, and we are excited to use it as well.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen the truck all over the city. Seen it in various parts and parking lots, whatnot. And it's all tricked out with QATV.
To the 47-yard line.
Well, trickage. What do we call that we put all over that truck?
Well, the signage isn't on there just yet.
Oh, still not.
Yeah.
Okay, that might be good in light of this past week's activities. So. All right, so right now we've got an equipment issue, and
Yeah, the sending number 42, Brian Rodriguez, off the field. Not too sure. Maybe it might have a cut or something that needs to get covered up.
they were addressing something on his foot. Yeah, not sure. The official picked up on it. So Rodriguez is out, and the full house backfield without Rodriguez.
All right, Craig gets the ball over to the left side, evades one tackle, gets across to 45, and gets pushed out of bounds at the 44.
Yeah, we really haven't talked much about quarterback Cooper Hansen, who's running the offense here tonight, John. Cooper is a senior. He's been back there for a couple of years as well. I mentioned earlier that Colm Geary, I feel like I've been talking about him since it was either his preschool or he's a junior in college. He's been around for several years, playing very successfully for the Red Raiders since he was a sophomore, and talented guy. So on a third down, it's right up there, letting him go here because Ryan Craig just kept driving and driving, and he's right up at the stick. Terrific individual effort.
So he needed to get to the 41, and it looks like he got to about the, well, they're going to say at the 42 is where he got tackled.
Yeah, he's short by half a yard. So it's going to be fourth down and a long foot. We'll see what the Red Raiders do here. They're going to have Hansen line up under center. Got an I formation.
And this guy push Hansen, but Hansen has snuck free and was able to get a nice run there. He gets up to the 36-yard line for an easy first down.
Yeah, our senior, Cooper Hansen, saw a nice seam when he was under center there, and he just took off behind his left guard and did a terrific job. Picked up the first down. So this Red Raider drive, we're down coming under 5 minutes now. Red Raiders keeping, as we said, Hanover off the field, grinding and doing a terrific job behind a huge offensive line. We'll talk about some of them in a moment.
Gorman now in the carry for North Quincy and looking to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he might have just done that, so no gain.
Yeah, Gorman got hit in the backfield and tried to cut it back up inside for a no gainer.
North Quincy taking their time to come out of the huddle as we come up on the 4-minute mark here of the second quarter. Hansen to Craig, and he had nowhere to go immediately. Coming up to make the play there was number 88, and that's Christian Carlson for the Hawks.
Yeah, Craig getting up real slowly that time. Yeah, something happened with his right knee there. So, or it could be the quad area, but he's definitely hopping around a little ginger back there. Gingerly, I should say. I don't know that the coaches saw that when they called this play.
Yeah, he's definitely limping over to the left side, and I think they just did notice it.
Yeah, I think they might get a timeout. I'm talking to the official here. Oh, no.
I say it looked like they were going to call a timeout, but they did not. Craig, he's going to need to come out. Let's see if he actually...
Pass is incomplete.
Yeah, he's going to come out as he's limping off the field. Pass was incomplete for Gorman.
All right, so that's going to bring up a fourth down, but one of the issues here is with Craig out. That's a key guy in the offense, so we'll see. It looks like they're going to bring in the punting unit. So one thing that was a success is time was burned off the clock on that Red Raider drive, John. So we're down at about the 3-minute mark. We'll see if special teams can't perform again. The last time Murray punted, he did a terrific job of delivering a punt that was down at the 13-yard line of Hanover. Let's see if he can't replicate that effort here.
And Murray gets a nice high kick and aims it out of bounds. We'll see where they spot it. And
Murray's punt sails out of bounds. We'll see where they're going to mark it.
Yeah, let's see what happens. The official's still coming up the sideline, and coach is not going to be happy with this one.
And they go,
what did he see?
So at the 21-yard line is where they got to mark it out.
I don't know about that one, but I'm up here in the booth on the other side of the field. So Hanover's going to start at the 21-yard line. Yeah, and as we thought, Coach Craig is very unhappy about the placement there. Thought that Murray got a little more out of it than that. So let's see how the defense does.
All right, Landolfi in the shotgun. Quick pass over to the left side. It's complete to Dylan Rice. And Rice goes up the sideline to the Hawks' 38-yard line.
Number 3, Dylan Rice, across the 35.
Now you remember Ryan Craig, who's he's also a key member of the defense. He went out injured. Red Raiders looking at 3 receivers on the near side here.
Landolfi running towards that side, passes, and it is incomplete. Had a man open.
Complete.
And let's see, he was looking for number 4, Joseph Curran. That was just thrown a little too far ahead of him.
2nd and 10.
2:31 left to go here in the half. North on top by a score of 7-6. Hanover 2 timeouts remaining in the half. North Quincy with 3. Landolfi looking to pass again. Rolling out of the pocket, Guadiano giving chase. And Landolfi will get knocked out of bounds, and kind of tough hit over there.
Yeah, by his coach.
I know.
That was the best hit of the night from the Red Raider perspective. One of the Hanover coaches, or actually it may not be a Hanover coach, he just has a white sweatshirt on. He's operating the down marker. So, but Landolfi's back up. That was an absolutely terrific job you mentioned by Harry Guadiano. Guadiano got into the backfield, and you're talking about a guy who weighs 220 pounds and chasing down the athletic Landolfi. He chased him out of the pocket, stayed with it, forcing Landolfi out of bounds.
Loss of 2 on that play, brings up the 3rd and 12. Landolfi doing his best Patrick Mahomes impression there, jumping as he passes the ball, and it's complete to Dylan Rice, and Rice gets a first down into North Quincy territory.
Yeah, Rice does a terrific job with yards after the catch. That's another one where Rice got the ball and boom, he's right on the gas pedal and going. We're coming down to the 2-minute mark here, and Hanover is now on the North Quincy side of the field. So, as you said, nice job by Landolfi of handling pressure. Little jump pass out to Rice.
All right, 1st and 10 now for the Hawks. Michael Gorman giving chase, and another pass there is complete over to the left side. And lots of space down the sideline as the ball carry sneaks out of harm's way and all the way in for the touchdown.
Boy, that was just a terrific individual effort by Ted Lanigan. Who tiptoed down the far sideline, evading tackles, and that's a big touchdown, big 6 points for Hanover with a little over a minute and a half left in the half. That's one of those tough, back-breaking type touchdowns, John. The Red Raiders now have to go into the locker room after giving up that big play, so that's unfortunate after a successful, what would we say, 22 and a half minutes here in the first half. Give up that big play, and Hanover on the board. It looks like they're going to go for 2 here. They missed the first extra point, so Hanover got a timeout. Both football teams are, they're teams that use athletes going both ways, and conditioning is going to be a factor here, John. North's got more numbers on its sideline than Hanover. But we'll see how the conditioning works for both teams as we get into the fourth quarter. You're at a point in time here in the end of the first half where fatigue could have been a factor in that last play, but normally mid-third quarter or so we'll really see about conditioning, and let's see what happens. As I recall, North Quincy had the opening kick, so Hanover will be getting the kick to start the second half.
So a tough break on that last play. You know, looked like Lanigan got down to the North Quincy about 35-yard line. There were 3 or 4 guys around him, and somehow he snuck out of all 3 or 4, and again punches it into the end zone for a 48-yard catch and run. And Hanover again has called timeout to discuss what they're going to do on this 2-point conversion. Right now they're up 12-7, 1:32 left to go in the half.
You know, in a play like that, you can't help but think that the absence of Matt Craig hurt them. Matt's an outside linebacker. He's the type of guy who is able to get out and make those plays, and he was on the sidelines for that one, so could have been a factor.
Landolfi passes over to the right side, and it is complete to Dylan Rice.
Yeah, that was a well-designed 2-pointer.
Actually, that was David Quinlan, on the catch there for the 2-point.
Teams head upfield. The score is now Hanover Hawks 14, North Quincy Raiders 7.
2-point conversions are interesting, John, because you either have guys who are wide open like this, or you have running backs getting stuffed in the line. So that was a well-designed play, well executed, and Hanover can now wipe that missed extra point off the board. They converted for 2 here, and they've got a 14-7 lead with 1:30 to go here in this first half. We'll see how they do here.
I'll remind all of our viewers you can log on to Quincy Access TV's website at qatv.org for program schedules, membership information, video on demand, and much, much more. So again, qatv.org. All right, Sidney Green fields it at the 10-yard line, has some space over to the left sideline, and a great return there by Sidney Green for North Quincy. Gets up to the North 48-yard line.
38-yard run back by number 9.
You know, I got to tell you, it was almost as if they were daring the young man. That kick was a soccer-style kick that there was not much, they didn't get it very high. They just blasted it right at number 9, Sidney Green. And the sophomore was up to the challenge and just took it right up the seam. And the Red Raiders have absolutely terrific field position here at the 49. See if they can take advantage.
1:25 left to go in the half. Matt Craig back in the ball game over to the right side. Craig fighting his way forward up to the Hawks 45-yard line.
Well, that'll be a good sign for the Red Raiders if Craig's able to finish the half and looks healthy doing so. Clock running down, and now stopped by Coach Craig is upset. He was yelling for a timeout, and it took a while to get the timeout called. The sideline official is explaining why he didn't react more quickly. I don't know.
All right, so timeout called with 1:06 left to go, and North Quincy will have a 2nd down and 4, when we come back to action.
Yeah, they're at the Hanover 45, and seeing Craig back in, that's very uplifting. It'd be nice to see them do something, and then keep in mind they've got the talented Mr. Murray there, who's capable as a field goal kicker. We'll see if Tom Murray's asked to answer the bell here at the end, but
he'll have the wind at his back as well, Jim.
Yeah, good
so
point.
A little extra.
Ryan still hasn't given us a shot of the flag, though. We throw all that praise his way and can't even get a shot of the windy flag.
All right, 2nd down for the Raiders. Pass quickly over to the right side. Complete, and it was Colm Gary who gets the 1st down and gets up to about the 38-yard line.
1st down, stops the clock. Nice job. Nice bang play by two seniors who've been playing football together for a long time.
That play is a Raider first down.
Now they got to say he's out of bounds at the 39 with just under a minute to go. Hanson again, pass over to the left side, this time complete to number 6, Grant Murphy. And actually, no, they're going to say incomplete.
Yeah, geez, that's unfortunate. Not sure quite what happened, but Murphy had possession and just popped out of his hands in his exuberance. He had a little green around him and was ready to go. So that's going down as an incomplete pass. Just lost a little time off the clock. Going to be 2nd and 10. It was a well-designed play, John. Grant was certainly open, had some space, so let's see if we can execute next time.
North Quincy might have been a little lucky on that one, Jim. Looked like he had taken a couple of steps, but they call it incomplete. Another pass complete to Colm Gary at the 20-yard line, 30-yard line. Ball comes loose, and this time they're going to say it was complete and a fumble, and Hanover gets the recovery.
Fumble, and it was recovered by Hanover. There is a flag on the play.
Let's see what the call is here.
There is a flag on the play. It's unsportsmanlike conduct against Hanover.
It must have been something said after the fumble was recovered. So it's not going to affect the change of possession. Just mean that Hanover, which it perhaps might have been content to do so anyway, will just run out the clock and get to the locker room. As we said earlier, they're going to get the ball to start the second half. So a couple of unfortunate mistakes here at the end, actually by both teams.
The 15-yard penalty.
I mentioned earlier, John, that
but they will start from the 12-yard line.
On the kick to Sidney Green, it was almost like they challenged him. They just blasted the ball right at him, and the sophomore had a big run back. Brought it back to midfield. Red Raiders are on the move, but unfortunately a strip. Hanover's got their hands on a couple of tackles here where they've definitely been doing some ball hawking. So that'll be a focal point, I'm sure, in the locker room during the half. So halftime break. See if it's something Red Raiders can't correct.
And just before the snap, there's a whistle, and they're going to say delay a game against Hanover. So I'll push him back a little bit more.
Against the Hawks.
Wow.
5-yard penalty.
I tell you, they were in the shotgun. I was kind of curious why they might be lining up in a shotgun inside their 10 with the lead with 40 seconds left. But I would imagine with the ball at the 6, they might reconsider. They're coming out with the same look. I'd like to see a couple of Red Raiders go after the quarterback here.
44 seconds left to go in the half. Landolfi, quick pass over to the right, complete to Quinlan. Quinlan down the sideline and stays inbounds, tackled by Thomas Murray. But Quinlan will get up to, see where they mark him down, at the 17.
Yeah, nice job by Murray, hanging tough and making the solo tackle. It's hard to do. He's out there all by himself, but he did a terrific job.
Under 20 seconds to go, ball comes loose, but Hanover recovers. And they're going to run it for about 1 yard, and I think that's going to be the end of the half. And it is, as Hanover will head to the sidelines with a 14-7 lead here at Veterans Memorial Stadium over the North Quincy Raiders after a nice drive to head down and recover a fumble as North was driving down the field, Jim. So teams go into the locker room, and we'll see what happens here in the second half.
Yeah, it was disappointing final 2 minutes of the half for the Red Raiders. Other than that, they played some pretty solid football. Let's see if they can't regroup. The defense is going to start the second half, and defense has played well. So let's see if they can't get off on a nice sound foot the way they did when they started the game and get themselves back in this. So it's 14-7 Hanover and a quick and well-played first half. We'll take a break for see the band perform and some other halftime activities, and we'll be back second half coverage shortly.
All right, thanks for staying in tune with us on QATV Sports, and we'll again see you at the half.
Introducing the North Quincy High School cheerleaders.
Where'd Anna go?
And now introducing the Hanover Hawks cheerleading squad. And now taking the field is the Quincy North Quincy Marching Band and Color Guard under the direction of Michael DeMarco and Matt Cavanaugh. The band will be performing their show for this year entitled Images of a City by Franco Cesarini. Please welcome them to the field.
Steven! Is that a train? Is that a train? Fucking train! It's a freaking train! The train! The train! The train! It's a train! It's a train! I really did hope he fell. Like, here's an actual face.
Be part of me. T-Sizzle! Grab one of the mini sizzles. Yeah. Can you get in trouble? Oh. He really slapped Nick in the head. That's it. And then Nick just told today. Oh. I don't want him. Yeah, I know you either. My coat. Come, my coat, my property, right?
Drum majors Maya and Frankie, is your band ready? Quincy North Quincy Marching Band and Color Guard, you may take the field for performance.
Can you get me skid? Can you get me the Allie, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Skittles? Yeah, or the rainbow. He didn't block me. Yes, he did.
What are we talking about?
Quincy Center, doors open on the right.
Who's her?
Your mom. Oh. I'm gonna walk away. Hi, Ellen.
I don't know why you say it. The one that you're talking to? Hi, fellas.
Oh yeah, my name's
Fellas.
It is easy to picture a city as a chaotic and fast-paced place. But every city has a place where you can find peace and tranquility.
You took my secret.
Yo.
If he does, we talk him up. If he doesn't, we'll talk him up too.
Welcome back, everyone, to Veterans Memorial Stadium. We're at the half. The Hanover Hawks lead the North Quincy Raiders by a score of 14-7. North Quincy won the toss at the beginning of the game, and they elected to receive, so that means they're going to be kicking away here to the Hawks.
To receive for the Hawks, number 3, Dylan Wright.
Yeah, as we start the second half, John, we were saying this is going to be an important possession for the Red Raiders. It's going to be important for special teams and the defense to perform here after that kind of deflating end to the first half.
All right, nice kick by Murray all the way down to the 7-yard line. Dylan Rice to return, though. And let's see, they're going to mark him down at the 35, and that's where the Hawks will start.
At the 35-yard line.
Yeah, well, that was, I'd call that a victory, given Rice's acceleration capabilities there. He took that kick, headed for his wedge, and Red Raiders special teams, which have been consistent performers for a couple of years now, John. They did a nice job there. So it'll be 1st and 10 Hanover, and we'll see how Hanover does as they come out with Landolfi, the junior quarterback, 3 wide receivers set to the left.
Landolfi, quick pass over into the flat to Joseph Curran. He crosses the 40-yard line and is met there and brought down by Nate Caldwell.
Number 4, Joe Curran. Taken out of bounds at about the 43-yard line.
Yeah, Craig was over there, Nate Caldwell, and Grant Murphy all in on the tackle. So a little bit of gang tackling there. They use a lot of wide receiver screen sets, John, and they're doing so to get guys like Curran out there in isolation. And Curran's able to accelerate and do a nice job, and we've talked about Rice as well. So nice 9-yard gain from the Hanover perspective.
All right, handoff goes up the middle, and we'll see who has the ball as he gets up off the bottom of the pile. That's number 10, Nicholas Friel, and it's going to be, well, actually, we'll see if they give him a gain of 1, and Looks like they gave him a friendly spot there, Jim, up to the, actually, now they move it back just a little bit, so they're going to say just inches from a first down.
Yeah, I don't quite follow that one. Harry Gaudiano did a great job, some super penetration there, and he made a stop. Looked like in the backfield, but there must have been forward progress there.
All right, it's third and less than a yard to pass is complete over to the right side to David Quinlan. Goes down the sideline. It's North territory and up to the 40, and actually make it the 37-yard line.
Well, nice job by Hanover. They saw the bunch set by the North defense, and Landolfi opted for the little one-on-one matchup out in the flat there. Big gain for Hanover. Did not want to see happen is what's happening here.
How do you put it back?
Having a little equipment problem here. There's a individual having a little fun grabbing our field mic. So we've lost our play-by-play guy, so heaven help us as John Caleri is out trying to retrieve equipment. You're left with me here as the Red Raiders jump eagerly but get back on side. And Landolfi does another nice job of
Number 4.
letting his receivers get downfield, and little hesitation, looking over, and about his third option there turned out to be number 4, Joe Curran, and Curran picks up a first down. Hanover just mowing right down the field, John. They're at the 23-yard line. You all set there?
All set, Jim.
Very good. Yeah, that was quite a foot chase. Thought we were watching Cagney and Lacey or Starsky and Hutch or something.
All right, first down for the Hawks. Quick pitch in front to Joseph Curran. And Curran over to the right sideline, still on his feet, and finally get brought down inside the 15 to about the 13.
Boy, I'll tell you right now, John, what we're watching is two teams playing at very different speeds. Hanover is coming out at 78 RPMs and North Quincy at 33. And it's just not working out. North kind of faded as the half ended, and they're really a step behind here as the second half starts. Got to tighten the chin straps a bit here and see if they can't come up with a stop. Hanover is inside the 15, just picking up big gains on each possession. So let's see what the Red Raider defense can do here.
All right, another quick pass over to the right side. Curran again, and he'll get knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, nice job on the coverage over there. Nate Sampson, a sophomore, right there to make the stop. He had some help, but he drove the receiver out of bounds.
Result of that play is another Hawks first down.
So Hanover picks up a first down at just inside the 12. So they could pick up another first down without scoring here, John. But let's hope the Red Raider defense can make a play here.
All right, coming up on the 7:30 mark here in the quarter. And as you said, Jimmy, it's another first down at the 11 for the Hawks. Landolfi looking to pass over to the left side of the end zone. And let's see if it was caught or not. No, incomplete. It was a great effort there by the intended receiver.
For number 3.
Dylan Rice was trying to come down with it. Also over there in coverage for North Quincy was Jackson Murphy.
Yeah, nice job by Jackson. He was there, and again, this is the second time we've seen that. He really does an effective job of playing the football. We ran out of we had a little camera issue there. Ryan ran out of some room up top, so you didn't see the end of that play. But Jackson Murphy doing a great job of playing the ball to break up the play. Going to be a 2nd and 10.
All right. Landolfi in trouble, and it's going to get sacked from behind. Actually, they're going to say no, it was an incomplete pass. Grant Murphy was giving chase there for North Quincy, and as Landolfi was going down, he threw it away.
Looks like the officials are conferring on this one. They're going to call it an incomplete pass. Looks like the ball's going to be set at the prior line of scrimmage. So great job of pressuring. We've seen Grant Murphy, a junior, inside fleshing Landolfi out of the pocket on several occasions here, but Landolfi consistently proving elusive. He's a very athletic young man, as I think both of us has pointed out.
All right, pass again in the flat over to Joseph Curran. We've seen this play a couple times tonight by the Hawks, and this time Curran will get up to only the 10. A flag thrown on the play as well, though.
There is a penalty marker.
They've got a hold. Call is a hold. It's against Hanover, so let's see.
Holding.
Coach Craig has a decision here. The ball's at the 11. Not certain what the kicking capabilities from the Hanover perspective are. We've seen a little bit of a mixed bag here. Looks like Coach Craig, showing some confidence in his defense, is going to take the march off, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 20
3rd and 19 for the Hawks.
for Hanover.
All right, so move the ball back to the 20-yard line. Like you said, Jim, 3rd and long now for the Hawks. Under 6 to go.
We'll call it a long 19.
Excuse me, I should say under 7 minutes to go.
Yeah, this has been an impressive first possession, similar to what North did to start the game. See what Hanover can do to finish this one off.
Dolphy looking. Gets chased out of the pocket, and now he's going to get sacked for a big loss there by North Quincy. Great pressure there. Brian Rodriguez was giving the initial chase. Harry Guadiano comes over to finish it off.
Oh, terrific determination by the North down linemen. There was a whole cluster of them chasing after Landolfi, and Landolfi is an elusive guy, and he was dodging, bobbing, and weaving there. But they finally were able to force him out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Very well done there by the North defense. Let's see what they can do here on what's going to prove to be a big 4th down. So Hanover's really kind of got to go for it. They're outside of field goal range, but it's 4th and 24. Yeah, they get the guys who trouble us out on the right. Look for this ball to go to the right side of the field here. What's going on?
And it looks like it's going to be a timeout called by Hanover, and it is. Chris Landolfi comes out and will stop the clock with 5:31 left to go in the quarter. And a big play here for North Quincy, looking to get a stop here and keep Hanover off the board so they can get the ball and try to go down the field themselves.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it was that Coach Landolfi, Chris Landolfi, saw from the Hanover perspective, but he decided to change up the play here when he saw the way things were set. What I didn't like that I saw was Joe Curran out there in the right flat with a lot of green space around him. Because one of the things that Hanover's had terrific success with, John, is the quick hitter where Landolfi, it's almost like a wide receiver screen. Landolfi just gets the hands and the ball of one of his athletes, and both Dylan Rice and Joe Curran in particular have proven very elusive. North defense seems to have awakened here after a long halftime, and now they're coming up on a big 4th down play here.
Again, 4th and long. Landolfi looking to pass. And he's going to get sacked and brought down. Fumble on the play. Hopefully North Quincy can get onto it. And let's see. Hanover recovers, but nonetheless, North Quincy stops it. Looks like Colm Gary, Jim, might have come up there with a big play.
Oh, Colm Gary with a huge play. He got in on Landolfi, and just as Landolfi was trying to get rid of the ball, a big swipe from Colm Gary knocked the ball loose. Hopefully Landolfi's arm's okay. Quarterbacks are very vulnerable on a play like that. But a great play by Gary. North defense steps up hugely. So a lot of time off the clock on this long drive, but let's see if the North offense can't take it back the other way here.
They spot the ball at the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Grant Murphy was also coming in there on that play too, Jim, but Cole McGarry got to the quarterback before he did. And big play here by Matt Craig over to the right sideline.
There he goes.
One man chasing him at the 10, 5, and all the way down to the 2-yard line goes Matt Craig.
Wow, what a terrific individual effort by Matt Craig. That was absolutely outstanding. Handed the ball at the 29-yard line and stopped at about the 1. So we'll do some quick math here. And that looks like a 70-yard gain.
Yeah, 69-yard gain there for Craig.
Absolutely terrific.
Yeah, tackle there, Jim, by Colin Gilcor, came up and really was on his high horse there to bring down Craig to save the touchdown. We'll see if North Quincy can punch it in. And waiting for the signal. Touchdown, North Quincy.
Yeah, that signal came a little late, I'll tell you, because Cooper Hansen saw the hole, hit it very quickly, and was in the end zone and was just waiting for the play to be whistled. And he was very vulnerable. He could have been hit on that play. But in any event, a great response by the Red Raiders, John, as the defense comes up huge after getting carved up for about 60 yards by Hanover in their opening possession. Red Raider defense stiffened, came up with a big stop, and then Matt Craig takes the first handoff and rumbles 69 yards. So absolutely terrific stuff by the Red Raiders, and if they punch this point after through, we will be in a tie ball game here.
Thomas Murray will line up to kick it away. Nate Caldwell to hold. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 4:44 left to go here in the third quarter, North Quincy comes down with a huge statement and ties the game at 14.
Yeah, that was a very well executed point after, and it shows what the Red Raiders have been about this season, John. They're well coached, they're resilient, and the boys do execute. It was a little sloppy at the end of the first half, but I'll tell you what, they have their heads back in the game. They seem a little fired up here, and that defensive stop has really fueled the Red Raider sideline. So North Quincy back in the ball game. We've got a tie at 14-14 with 4:44 to go in the third quarter. Nice little high school football game tonight on a cool, crisp October evening.
Jim, I was going back to look at the that last play there. Oh, excuse me, the run by Craig. He got a great block by his fullback Michael Gorman, and then Sammy Accosini had a great block downfield to spring him forward. And those two blocks helped Matt Craig get downfield. And then again, one play later with the Cooper Hansen quarterback sneak for the touchdown. We are tied at 14.
Yeah, Craig, as we were commenting earlier, he does a terrific job of letting his blockers get set up.
All right, back to the 10-yard line is going to be receiving for number 3, Dylan Rice. And Rice still on his feet, and he'll get tackled from behind by a host of Red Raiders up to the 40-yard line, though.
Yeah, Rice is scary when he gets that football because he can really accelerate. He's got some exceptional speed, and Red Raiders did a nice job of gang tackling over at the 38-yard line. Let's see if the defense can't step up here. They've had a little bit of a problem, between the 30-yard markers. Hanover's kind of had its way on last several possessions. Hanover's first possession was a little balky, but since then, they've had no problem moving the ball against North. North's done a good job in the red zone D. Let's see how they can do here. Too much time again? Yeah.
I don't know, multiple, yep.
Illegal procedure against the Hawks. Five-yard penalty.
It was not too much time. It was, I wonder what happened out there. Oh, they sent, yeah, I see. They had too many men on the field, and the guy, as the lineman set, there was a guy still going off the field, so that was the issue.
And they were trying to hide it, Jim, by coming out of the huddle and having someone go off the field, but the officials caught it. All right, big play here by Hanover, number 10 on the carry. That's Nicholas Friel. And on the first play there, he gets into North Quincy territory up to the 45.
Yeah, that's a 15-yard gain, and, you know, this North's got to come up with a solution to this, because
Result of that play is a Hawks.
this is a problem. Hanover is kind of moving the ball at will, and I'm not sure why it is that North matches up so well in the red zone, yet has problems as they are having here.
Oh, ball was batted down there by Colm Geary. Great job there. He saw the pass coming, jumped up, and knocked it down.
Yeah, he almost had an interception there. That was close. Great job by Geary, who's having a terrific game for himself. Colm's been a starter since his sophomore year. I was joking earlier about him being a fifth-year college player or some such thing. But Colm has started since his sophomore year. He was a key figure in the offense as a tight end, but now he's playing both ways, and he's really had a super game tonight defensively for the Red Raiders.
2nd down and 10 now for the Hawks. And pass is going to be complete to number 3, Dylan Rice, who took a big pup there by number 9, Sidney Green, but was able to hold on to it at the 31.
Yeah, I got to tell you something. Sidney Green is only a sophomore. He weighs 155 pounds. But he has delivered some shots tonight, and we're talking about guys like Rice on run backs. Sidney is talented in that manner as well. So as we're talking about Colm Geary, I think Sidney Green's another name we're going to hear a lot from over the course of his career at North.
Curran on the carry. He was trying to get out to the right side, but nice job there by North to contain. And it looks like there's going to be no gain. Actually, they're going to give him a gain of 1 on the play, actually.
Yeah, Curran's hurt. There was some pretty significant gang tackling there. They got outside, they made the stop, and Curran looks like he's a little hurt. We'll hope he gets up okay there. We want to see guys stop but not injured. And
That's number 4, Joe Curran for the
the
Hawks.
official was signaling right away on the tackle that he had really got popped. But back to Sidney. There's a very talented group of sophomores and juniors in the North Quincy pipeline, John. We mentioned how Coach Craig, Ryan Craig, has really got this program moving in the right direction. He's got a terrific, very dedicated coaching staff, and they're doing a great job with the kids. So Sidney is one of the up-and-comers, and he's out there performing tonight.
All right, Landolfi faked the handoff, keeps it himself, and will get a gain of 1, maybe 2 on the play. Looks like it was Rodriguez to come up to make the tackle, and they're going to say he gets to 29.
Pickup of 2 yards.
Yeah, Rodriguez, another one of the seniors on this team. He's had we've called his number tonight or mentioned his name. He's done an excellent job several times with interior tackles, chasing down the running backs. He's having a real solid game for himself tonight, senior Brian Rodriguez, John. And we've got
again,
another issue, same issue, Hanover.
Penalty marker.
I don't know what they're teaching the kids down in Hanover, John, but they keep trying to slide 12 guys on the field. This is
And then sneakily try to get them off as well. So, so again, an illegal substitution there.
3rd and 12.
That's a big penalty. They went from a manageable 3rd down to 3rd and long. Let's see if the Red Raider defense can step it up.
Landolfi, quick pass over to the right side. It's complete to number 2, David Quinlan, and he'll get up to the 25-yard line.
Nice job by Landolfi there of quickly identifying an open receiver. Quinlan just did about a 5-yard down, turned toward his quarterback, and the ball was already on its way. And Landolfi delivers a nice, accurate pass. He's got a quick release, and he got it right there to his receiver. So, big 4th down play here. It's 4th and short, 4th and 3. Red Raiders have answered the call this half. Let's see if they can continue to do so.
And
Oh,
another
that's
quick
that little
pass
jump
there.
Pass, yeah.
Yeah, Quinlan gets it, and he'll have the first down up to the 20-yard line, and they convert.
You mentioned Mahomes earlier, the Kansas City Chief quarterback, and you can tell Landolfi has modeled some of his game off of Mahomes. It's funny how the young men watch the professional athletes and try to emulate some of their qualities. Some of that's good, and others may not be. But in this particular instance, that little jump pass, very effective, and Landolfi has used it effectively.
All right, 1st and 10 now for the Hawks. 1:19 left to go here in the third quarter. Looking into the end zone, and it is caught by Quinlan. Was he in bounds? Yes, touchdown Hanover. Nice catch there by David Quinlan to stay in bounds and get the 6 points.
Yeah, Quinlan just got downfield.
Hawks are on the board.
It was a go route. He ran right past the defensive back, and Landolfi dropped it right in there beautifully. Landolfi's only a junior, John, and he's got some talent, I'll tell you. He really looks good out there, and he plays very confidently.
Barrett to attempt the one-point conversion, number
All right, Robert Barrett will come out to attempt the kick for the Hawks. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. So again, with 1:10 left to go here in the third quarter, the Hawks come down and put a 7 points on the board to match the touchdown by North Quincy, and they take a 21-14 lead.
Well, Red Raiders' turn now. See how they answer. Hanover did a terrific job of calming down and responding to the fact that they get into the red zone and were not successful. Then on an explosive run by Matt Craig, ended up losing the lead. Red Raiders tied it up at 14, but Hanover, with that possession, took about 5 minutes off the clock, John, on the third quarter. Got right back down the field in a methodical fashion, punched it in for a touchdown. So 21-14 Hanover, and let's see if the Red Raiders can answer the bell here.
Caldwell with number 9.
It's a very similar game to the Abington game, John, where there was back and forth between two good, solid football teams.
All right, ground ball kick fielded by Rodriguez at his own 29-yard line, and it looked like he tripped Jim as he was trying to progress forward, and he'll get tackled or downed at the 34.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the upbacks are taught to do with the ball. It almost looked like as soon as there was convergence that he got down. I thought that maybe was a smart play, because you keep in mind the kick returner is running up behind these guys and has blockers in front of him. That time Rodriguez was on his own with like 3 or 4 guys coming at him, so
First and 10.
safer to get down, not have to worry about turnovers, and seemed to be what he did. So nice field position for North Quincy here. Going to start at the 35.
Thomas Murray gets a carry over to the left side, and we'll see where they spot the forward progress. Maybe a gain of 1 on the play up to the 36. So give it 2.
Yeah, Murray's a name that we've called in the past a lot, not as much tonight. We'll see if those fresh legs being available here in the second half might not help.
Kilgore. Pickup of 2 yards, 2nd and 8 for the Raiders.
Geary has been, Craig, I beg your pardon, Matt Craig has been the man tonight in the offense. We'll see who else they can blend in here in this second half.
20 seconds left to go here, and handoff goes to number 5, Nate Caldwell over to the right side, has some space. And nice run here by Caldwell, gets across midfield and gets tackled at the Hanover 45.
Caldwell on the carry.
Yeah, terrific call. Perfect timing on it. Red Raiders taking advantage of Hanover's aggression. Hanover really flocks to the ball, and on that particular play, everyone was going left, and Hanover defense responded in kind. That was similar to the play that they ran for the touchdown in the first quarter.
All right, that will be the end of the third quarter. And after 3 quarters of play, Hanover on top by a score of 21-14.
Hanover for Hawks 21. North Quincy.
Okay, we'll remind all of our viewers you can log on to Quincy Access TV's website at qatv.org for membership information, program schedules, and video on demand as well. We have a couple more football games coming up here on QATV. We'll be waiting for the schedule to be announced. Again, I mentioned it earlier in the broadcast, this is the last week of the regular season, so we'll see how the seeding takes place for both the Raiders and the Presidents. And of course, coming up later on November 25th, we'll be here on Thanksgiving morning, Jim, with live coverage between the Presidents and the Raiders beginning at 10 a.m. here at the stadium, so we're excited for that as well.
Yeah, we were talking about that at halftime when John says live coverage. Normally you can pick up the audio live. This year we'll have audio and video coverage. We'll be online and we'll be live on Channel 8. Well, both or just Channel 8?
Both. We'll be on QATV.org, yep, and on Channel 8, yep.
So for all the hardworking folks who prepare their families' Thanksgiving meals, you'll be able to watch the game live, and that should be exciting for all of us, families, players, and the QATV Thanksgiving squad will be jacked up for that game, as will both high school squads. We've been away, as most of you know. I know that there's a number of phone calls wondering when will the QATV coverage be back in force, and or at least two of them. But in any event, we'll have a full squad for Thanksgiving Day, which should be exciting. It's been tough between the pandemic and other factors. There's Craig getting tripped up as he stays inside the tackles for a gain of about 3, John.
The 34.
So to
I
about
beg your pardon. That was 34, Mike Gorman.
Pickup of 3.
So 3-yard gain by Gorman.
After the penalty, that 3-yard gain makes it 2nd and 12 for the Red Raiders. They're on the Hanover side of the field. Offense has been moving the ball successfully in the same manner that Hanover has, but let's see what they can do.
Pitch to the left side. Craig trying to find some holes, and he's going to be pursued and finally brought out of bounds. And
that time there was nothing but white shirts there, so blocks never got set up and held for gain of about 1. They're calling it no gain of the box. We're going to give them 1. It's going to be a 3rd down and 11 for the Red Raiders.
Curran and John McDonald, number 28, on the tackle on that last play for the Hawks. And as you said, Jim, a 1-yard gain. Bring up now a 3rd and 11 for North Quincy.
We get Craig alone on the backfield and 4 wideouts, 2 on either side of the quarterback here.
Pass is complete to the 40-yard line, and now we're going to have some backward motion here for number 5, Nate Caldwell, trying to make something happen. And initially he was at the 41, and they're going to say his forward progress was stopped at the 43.
Pickup of 3. 4th and 7 for the Raiders.
Well, it's 4th and 7, and it's interesting because Norse got a nice punting game, and you know, for a high school athlete, this is you know, not the type of distance we have to worry too much about the end zone. And there's probably some discussion here on the North Quincy sideline about whether they want to try to kick and pin, given the talent of Tom Murray, try to pin Hanover back on its side, you know, of the field, or to go for it 4th and 6 or 7. They've been a little balky in this drive, John. The drive stalled after having some success, so I'm not sure what North is seeing about the adjustments made by the Hanover defense, but with 4th and 7, we'll see what the Red Raiders come up with here. Looks like they're going to keep the offensive group. It appears that Hansen's coming back out on the field. So the Red Raiders are going to go for it on 4th and 7.
That was North's first timeout of the second half, so 2 remaining for North. Hanover with 2 timeouts for the half as well.
blanket's in my way and I'm trying to get up the stairs.
The wind has really not been a factor, but it's blowing from right to left here, so it's at North Quincy's back to the extent it is a factor.
All right, here we go. Cooper Hansen in the shotgun. Hanover with a blitz, and pass is incomplete. Was looking down the field for number 5, Nate Caldwell, looks like. Actually, that's number 6
I think
there,
it was,
Grant Murphy.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it goes incomplete, and Hanover will take over.
The Raiders will turn it over on downs. It's now 1st and 10 Hawks from their own 43-yard line.
Well, you don't challenge that call. It was the right call to make. Now we'll see what Red Raider defense can do here. Need to come up with a stop. There's 9:44 to go in the game here, so this is an important possession for North Quincy.
All right, Michael Landolfi, quarterback for the Hawks, number 1 in the shotgun. Passes over to the left side, and wide open is his receiver, number 3, Dylan Rice. And he's going to fight his way forward up to the North Quincy 39.
Pass complete to number 3, Dylan Rice. To the 39-yard line of North Quincy.
Yeah, with all due respect to everyone involved, I think I could have completed that pass. Rice was so wide open there. I'll take a look. I missed whether North was in a zone. It looked like a soft zone there, and Rice found a spot, but let's see what happens.
This is disgusting.
Number 10, Nick Friel on the carry.
Nick Friel on the carry for the Hawks. And
Rodriguez again. Brian Rodriguez with another tackle. He's having a terrific night tonight, John.
It's a pickup of 5.
Marking out the 36-yard line.
Ball's on the 36.
It's interesting. There's a school bus over on the sideline who's decided now's the time as Hanover enters this side of the field to test out all the lights and everything, which is going to be a distraction potentially.
Landolfi rolling out to his right, and he's going to keep it himself. And big tackle there by North Quincy, number 64, Brian Nguyen.
He calls his own number.
Yeah, nice pursuit by Yuen. He makes the tackle and stops Landolfi just short of the first down. It's going to be a 3rd down and 2. Red Raiders have consistently got Hanover into 3rd down situations, but with equal consistency, Hanover has somehow been able to pick up first downs with their collection of elusive athletes, John. It's been a little tough. They got 3 wideouts to the left.
Landolfi passes to his left, and it's complete to Quinlan. And Quinlan will go out of bounds after getting the first down up to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Quinlan pulling up a little short. He did something awkward to his knee. We'll hope he's okay. Hanover on the move again. This is an important possession, John. Clock is running. Nope, I beg your pardon. Clock is stopped at 7:30. So this is the time in the game where you're looking at a situation where North Quincy more than likely is only going to see the ball one more time offensively.
All right, the Hawks call a timeout with 7:34 left to go in the game. And they're on top 21-14, looking to see if they can put a couple points on the board here to make it tougher for North Quincy. North Quincy, Jim, obviously needs a big stop here and try to go down the field to tie the game, to see if they can come up with a victory here tonight at the stadium.
Well, John, Hawks are back out, and we're at the 20, the red zone, where things have favored the Red Raiders, and they need it to happen again.
Our handoff goes to Friel, and he stays on his feet, finds some space, and will get up to about the 13-yard line.
I'll tell you can see how slowly the Red Raiders are getting up after each play, and it's just some conditioning stuff here. There's a flag down on the play. Let's see who this is against. But Brian Rodriguez, I think, really got popped there, and he's having a little trouble recovering.
So it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against Hanover.
Dead ball foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Hawks.
It's like playing the Houston Astros, John. These guys are doing everything tonight. There was a great sign at Fenway Park during one of the Red Sox games. Someone was walking around Fenway with a sign. I had a better sign, but the Astros stole it. That's terrific. So we're looking at a 2nd and 18, John. And as has happened before, Red Raiders stiffening up here once the red zone is under attack. So got to stay with it. Nice pressure.
Laughley gets pressures as he's throwing the ball, and it is incomplete. Was looking for number 28, John McDonald. And nice pressure there by North Quincy. And just a second late, looked like it was Grant Murphy coming in to try to get the sack.
Yeah, Murphy's been doing that all night. He's been right there, and you know that his presence has been felt. And on that particular play, it was Landolfi let the ball go a little quicker than he wished. On the coverage, sophomore Sidney Green right there. Ball was, as a result, thrown a little high and outside there. Green had the inside position, so nice job by the Red Raiders. Big third down. We're definitely in 2-down territory, but see what the Red Raiders do here on a 3rd and 18.
All right, Landolfi trying to set up his screen, and is read beautifully there. Matt Craig just blows that play up.
Wow. Absolutely terrific job by the Red Raider defense. They pressured Landolfi, and then Matt Craig arrived just as the ball did, and Nick Friel caught both simultaneously, and he just absolutely got blasted. He's very fortunate there was not a fumble on the play. That time 44 just wiped out the back, I'll tell you.
So 2-yard loss in the play brings up now a 4th and about 20 for the Hawks.
Good
Landolfi
pressure again.
looking down to the corner of the end zone, and it is intercepted in the end zone, and bringing it out there for North Quincy. He's trying to see who it was there on the interception, and it was number 5, Nate Caldwell.
Nice job by Caldwell, the junior. And fortuitously, you get the ball out near the 20. Or the coaches might have been barking at him. There's another guy down injured.
10 from their own 18-yard line. Correction 17.
You know, we mentioned conditioning earlier. Well, kind of a related issue is, in this particular case, I think the hamstring or some sort of cramping. Because when guys aren't getting off the field, they're not getting water as well. And in this particular case, we got a guy who looks like he's dealing with a cramp problem based on how the trainer's handling him and how the athlete's reacting. So it appears to be a cramp, and that's someone who's been out in the field all night and not had any water. So big play by Nate Caldwell. The defense comes through again, John. It's almost as if Hanover gets the ball, we should just walk them down and place it on the 20 and say, all right, bring it here.
See what happens,
you know?
yeah.
Because there's been 2 defenses out on the field tonight for the Red Raiders. There's been the one inside the 20 and then the one between the 20s. And Hanover has had its way with the latter. But the former is what's kept the Red Raiders in this ball game. They have been really stiff inside the 20. So
They say Caldwell went out of bounds at the 17-yard line.
Okay, still a nice job. Great job by Caldwell.
And the player is still down over there by the first down marker, so I think the officials are waiting for him to...
Yeah, they're trying to move him away from the field is what they're doing. And he can't get up, so I do think this is a cramp based on the way they're dealing with it. I hope it is.
All right, 5:57 left to go here in the ball game. Craig on the carry for North Quincy. And ball comes loose, but they're going to say he was down. Official right there on top of it. And Craig will get up to the 20-yard line.
So it's going to be a 3-yard gain. Going to be a 2nd and 7. Clock running down under 5 minutes. This is a big possession, John. This should, determine the outcome of the game because we're under 5 minutes. North's going to have this ball till down around the 2-minute mark at least. And there's that guy who's in bus driver training school again. I wish they could talk to him about those lights because that could bother an athlete if they throw a pass over to this side of the field and he's looking back into that stuff.
Our 2nd down for North Quincy. Craig on the carry. Gorman with a nice block, but nice pursuit there by the Hawks. And they're going to say, see where they spot the ball. Craig, maybe a gain of 1 on the play.
That was number 88, Christian Carlson. You see big number 65 for Hanover, Matt Perotti. He's been a factor all night out there on the defensive line. You haven't seen much interior running by the Red Raiders tonight, and that's because the interior of this Hanover line is, they've got a couple of big guys. North's been going outside on them most of the night.
3rd down, about 5 for North Quincy. Craig trying to tiptoe and bounce. He does, and let's see where they go. They're going to say all the way up to the 38-yard line. Great run there by Matt Craig. I don't know how he stayed in bounds, but he did, and he gets the 1st down.
Yes, looking elegant, which is not a word you generally use around Matt Craig. He kept his balance like a ballet dancer there down the sideline and picked up the extra yardage needed, and the Red Raiders pick up a big 1st down. They've got the clock running, though. I thought he'd get out of bounds and stop the clock, but this is 4 minutes, which is plenty of time for North Quincy here.
Again, Craig up the middle. And he'll get across the 40 to about the 42.
Yeah, that's one of those keeping them honest type plays where you try something inside just to try to keep the linebackers and Hanover defensive ends on the alert so they're not cheating outside here. It's going to be 2nd and 6 now for North Quincy.
Pass is incomplete.
Wow.
Was looking for Jackson Murphy. It might be a little bit of miscommunication there, Jim, between Cooper Hansen and Murphy on the right route to be run.
Yeah, that one just didn't, that was definitely not as drawn up. Something happened, which is unfortunate. It's 3rd down and 6 now. So North had complemented a little interior run with a ball out to the flat. Hanover again with personnel coming in and off the field. There's a whistle, and Hanover's got to call a timeout. They're a little upset. Let me see, they got 3, 6, 9. No, they got 11 out there, but for some reason they were having trouble getting personnel off the field again. That's been an issue for the Patriots this year. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Yeah, it definitely has.
Yeah, so there was a point in time where teams used to attribute things to it being early in the season or due to preseason, but now I wonder if people just don't pay attention well anymore. You know, who knows? Because at this point, you would think that people would know when to be on, when to be off. Certainly at the professional level.
Ted Hickey and Jim Coleman.
All right, so the Red Raiders are coming out on an important 3rd down and 6. Hanover bringing its guys out.
See, there's 3:13 left to go here in the game. Pass is complete to Caldwell, and Caldwell does a nice job, gets up to the 50-yard line. It'll be a first down for North Quincy.
Yeah, nice job there. That time they had Nate Caldwell, the junior, and number 88, Colm Geary, the big tight end, the senior, out there in the flat. They did a nice little zig and zag. Caldwell got the ball, picked up the first down.
They feel like they missed a yard there for Caldwell. They spot him back at the 49. So that's where North Quincy will start, and the pass goes incomplete, again intended for Caldwell.
Defensively, number 11, Colin Gilgore, and number 4, Joe Curran for the Hawks.
2:47 left to go now in the game.
Yeah, you know, it looks like North's going to have to get back to its running game. It's the only dependable thing tonight offensively that has worked, and they're running out of time here. So with 2:47 to go, they're looking at a 2nd and 10.
Gorman on the carry this time for North Quincy, and he'll get up to the 44-yard line.
Number 34,
It'll be a 3rd and about 4.
Michael Gorman.
So nice gain by Gorman.
45, correction 46.
And we get the 46-yard line for
You
Gorman.
know, I don't see 44 out there. I don't see Matt Craig out there.
Pass is complete to number 4, Jackson Murphy. Murphy with some space down to the left sideline, up to the 20 now, at the 15, and will get pushed out of bounds at about the 10. Flag thrown on the play.
Jackson Murphy.
Let's hope this is not on number 6, Grant Murphy. But Jackson, who's been working hard all night, finally gets an opportunity and did a great job. I'm not sure what this flag's about. Red Raiders are giving indicators that it's against North. Let's see what the call is.
And it's going to be a hold against North Quincy. Flag was thrown at the 17-yard line, it looked like.
Well,
It is a spot foul, and it is a first down. So they will assess the yardage.
that's a tough one. What they're saying is that Grant Murphy somehow, who did get wrapped up with a defensive back, but they're calling it a hold, and I question that one. This is the official that North's had trouble with all night, frankly, and that's yet another in a long series of kind of tough calls.
All right, so it is a first down, but they mark it back to the 28-yard line. And we're coming up on 2:10 left to go here in the game. Gorman gets the ball, and he lost it, but was able to jump on it real quick, but it's going to be a loss back to the 31.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's just lack of focus at a key point in the game. That misconnection.
2nd and 13.
And that's Jackson Murphy on the pass. He'll get up to the 25, make it the 24.
Little square and route by Murphy. That's the one he ran earlier. He's got the quickness to get open. And Hanson delivered that ball on the money.
To the 24.
Brings up a 3rd and 6 now. 1:30 left to go in the game. 4 receivers set. Hanson again over to his right, and it's complete. This time it's to Grant Murphy, and up to the 20-yard line.
I'll tell you what, that came perilously close to disaster. Nick Friel, number 10, somehow ran right through that pass. Now, I'm looking down here for number 44. I'm not sure what's going on because we have not seen Matt Craig out there offensively.
All right, North Quincy has called a timeout. They have one timeout remaining. Hanover called their last timeout on that last previous drive, so...
Geez, remember the halcyon days of Noel DeBona on the sideline? We'd know exactly what was going on right now if Noel was still with us. He's moved on to bigger and better, right? like our cameraman Ryan McQuaid. I don't know if you know this, but he's now the official cameraman for the Boston Bruins, their alumni team.
The alumni team, yeah.
Yeah. He's over at Warrior Arena covering the Bruins, and Bruins know how to recognize talent. That comes from a non-Bruins fan. I'm sure they're rolling their eyes when I say that. But
Well, they've been stuck in neutral for the first couple of games here.
right.
All right, 4th down, and it is through the hands of Colm Gary.
Wow. That's tough. That's a tough one.
And it looked like Gary was getting ready to run with the ball and just couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, I got to tell you, just a quick little moment there that happened. But Coach Craig was over and just patting him on the pads. And I really give Coach Ryan Craig a lot of credit, the way he's handling this program. Last year they had a sensational senior class and had a lot of success. And he managed winning well. This squad's had some hardship along the way. They've been a little up and down. He's been managing that very well. He's really good with the kids. You can see that. And the entire coaching staff, John, that's the other thing that I found very impressive, is there's a number of, men down on the field with the men and women. There's trainers, but the coaching staff, it's all male. And it's people, some of them donating time or some of them giving willingly when they might rather be home at night, and doing a terrific job of giving these kids very focused attention. So you got a big coaching staff, you got a lot of players, and this in a program that was having trouble with numbers for several years, and it's shown up on the field. And tonight it's definitely a good battle. They went back and forth with Hanover. And a couple of mistakes here on the last possession. This is eerily similar to that Abington game where they battled to the end, and the outcome was tough and not one that they had hoped for. But in any case, tonight was a solid, we'll call it solid high school football, with Hanover gonna head south back to their dark tree-swept streets after the storm. Hanover's one of the communities that really got whacked, but they're going to head south with a nice win here, 21-14, and we congratulate them on that. From the Red Raider perspective, it's good to see them in action. This is my first time seeing them this year. I know you've seen the squads this year, John. Like to see Quincy once before Thanksgiving. I hope I can. And as you said, the next 3 weeks now fall, they're subject to the MIAA scheduling picadillos, so we don't know what's going to happen. We'll find out during the week, and we recommend that folks check the Quincy Sun and check QATV Channel 8 to find out about our coverage coming up.
Yes, most definitely. We will have coverage of those games. Again, we're going to be waiting to see what happens with the Raiders and the Presidents. The Presidents were supposed to be playing tomorrow, Jim, in the afternoon, but because of the weather and the possibility of lightning and thunder, that game's been postponed until Sunday instead on Halloween. So we'll have to wait a couple extra days to see what happens with the Presidents as well. But nonetheless, a few more weeks of high school football here in the city of Quincy before we get ready for Thanksgiving. So again, we final score here as the teams come out into the field to congratulate each other. Hanover 21 and North Quincy 14. Real quick, we'll run down some stats. For North Quincy, Cooper Hansen, 7 of 13 passing for 64 yards. Rushing on the ball, Matt Craig had a huge game for the Raiders, 19 rushes for 166 yards. Michael Gorman had 18 yards rushing. Nate Caldwell had 32 yards and a touchdown, and Hansen had 5 yards and that touchdown as well. Jackson Murphy had a reception for 28 yards. Nate Caldwell had 2 for 9. Colm Gary had 2 receptions for 16 yards. Grant Murphy, 1 catch for 4 yards for the Raiders. So hopefully, again, we'll find out what's going on here soon for Quincy Access TV, and if we're going to be back here. I don't think, unfortunately, North Quincy will find their way into the playoffs, but there'll be more football for North Quincy when we find out their final schedule. And again, of course, for Thanksgiving morning, we hope you tune in to QATV Channel 8 and also on our website at qatv.org/sports, where we'll have live coverage of Thanksgiving morning here at the stadium as well. Well, Jim, an exciting game nonetheless here, and hopefully, it's, again, a couple more games at the Veterans Memorial Stadium before we get ready for the final game of the season.
Yeah, I certainly enjoyed my return. Happy to see the boys working so hard here, and hoping that what this game does is help them as they get ready for Thanksgiving. They're going to be practicing the next few weeks, notwithstanding the fact that they'll focus on their particular games. At this point, the eyes turn toward the Quincy Presidents and getting ready for that game, I'm sure. So it'll be interesting to see how the next few weeks go, how the North Quincy team rebounds, hopefully improves, and we'll look forward to all that.
All right, we want to thank Ryan McWade, who's on camera tonight, doing a great job. Also want to thank Chris Potter, our director and engineer, for doing a great job as well. For Jim Timmons, my name is Jonathan Clare. Again, final score here at Veterans Memorial Stadium, Hanover 21, North Quincy 14. Thanks for tuning in to this edition of QATV Sports, and we will see you next time.